Today we're here with Heidi Guetzkow from the American Heart Association. Heidi, welcome and thank you for joining us here at All Things Access today.
Thanks, China.
We are so pleased to have you, and we know that April is an exciting month for the American Heart Association. Tell us, first of all, what is your role with the American Heart Association?
I'm one of the corporate event directors here in the Twin Cities for the American Heart Association's local office.
So what does that mean?
Well, I help put together one of our largest events that happens here in the Twin Cities, which is our Twin Cities Heart Walk event. And I'll also promote the START movement that we are currently is one of our major causes.
So the Heart Walk event, that's here in the month of April. Tell us about that. What is that event?
That is our big community celebration event that happens on April 25th in downtown St. Paul, actually at Harriet Island. And we expect about 40,000 people to attend, which is made up of people in the community that just want to support the American Heart Association, as well as a lot of our corporate partners that put together teams to come and walk in the event, take part in the different activities that are going on, and just have a great time celebrating the American Heart Association.
So on April the 25th, we have 40,000 people gathering in St. Paul to walk for American Heart Association?
That is correct.
Okay, so what's this about? What's drawing these people there?
Well, obviously, with the prevalence of heart disease and stroke being the #1 and #3 killers, it affects so many different people. So by coming down and coming together and raising awareness and raising very, very important dollars for our organization, people can come together for that one day and come out in support of our organization.
So then after, well, our kids welcome, first of all.
Absolutely, very family-friendly event. We have a gigantic mascot race for all the kids. They really enjoy that. It's one of the highlights, as well as having a big area where we learn, where kids and their families can learn about how to incorporate fitness into their daily routines and how to incorporate healthy eating and those kind of things as well. So in addition to the activities that we have for the adults, we have a very centered area for kids as well.
So if I have a family of 4 and we just need something to do on our Saturday, we can come down to Harriet Island and just, I guess, basically have a heyday and walk?
Absolutely. Come on down. The activities start at 8:30 on April 25th.
8:30 in the morning?
Correct. And the walk itself takes place at 10 o'clock.
But now I understand there are 2 walks. There's a 1K and a 5K?
Correct. So
what's the difference?
Well, basically they can come down and decide what distance they want to go that day. If they want to take the 3-mile walk and challenge themselves perhaps, we'd love to have them take the long walk. We have the shorter distance if they're small children or some of our survivors that might not be able to make that full distance.
Oh, so survivors will be there as well?
Correct.
And will there be any personal stories or?
Absolutely. We really like to highlight a lot of the faces of heart, is what we call them, where people have shared their story with us, whether they're a survivor or if they have a family member or somebody else that they are walking in honor and memory of. Those are the kind of stories that we really like to highlight and showcase as the passion behind the steps people are taking on that day.
Now, I heard you mention corporate sponsors. So if I'm not affiliated with the company, is it still possible to come down and support? We know this is a fundraiser, and so it's a wonderful opportunity to give, but
Absolutely. We really encourage our what we call our friends and family or community teams to come out that day, which is, you know, gather the people in your household, gather some of your neighbors or whoever you want, or just come down by yourself and really just support the organization that day.
If it rains, does this event still go forward?
Rain or shine, we move forward.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine, or sleet or snow, we still have our event.
So I know that heart disease is a huge issue, and it doesn't always get as much attention as cancer, and there are so many more women and men and young people even who are affected by heart disease. What are some of the statistics about heart disease?
Well, obviously, as the #1 and #3 killers, because we also incorporate stroke into our messaging, you know, the couple of things. People need to be aware of what factors that they might have in developing something in the future, or, you know, what are some of their current risk factors? Do they have diabetes? Are they overweight? Are they sedentary, not being physically active? Do they have high cholesterol? Things like that, knowing their numbers, getting baseline tests done, looking at your family history. Is that an issue? So specifically, if there's somebody that has a strong family history, aunts, uncles, parents, grandparents, siblings, those people should get early baseline testing done right away. And also, in general, just being aware of what potentially signs and symptoms are that you might be developing some kind of a heart disease or have something that's already currently in your system.
So on April 25th, it's possible to come down and not only walk either the 1K or the 3K, the 1 mile or the 3 mile that is, but also to learn about one's risk factors and just get assessed in a sense, or at least have more information so that we can better understand where we are.
Yep, we will have a couple of different sponsors that will be offering some types of screenings down there, but also a great opportunity to check out the information that we have available to you on finding out how you might be at risk for heart disease or stroke.
Now, what's happening on April the 8th? Because I understand that there are actually 2 events this month. There's April the 25th, the big event where there are 40,000 people, but then there's also another event on April the 8th.
Correct. So as I mentioned before, one of my hats that I wear is talking about the START program, which is American Heart Association's call to action to get everybody moving. Obviously, if we can get more people physically active, it's reducing one of the major risk factors of developing heart disease or stroke in the future. So we want to get people out there walking. On April 8th is our National Start Walking Day. So that's the day, whether you're at work or at home or wherever you're at, we want you to strap on those tennis shoes and go out for a walk that day.
Okay.
We really encourage people to go out in groups and make it kind of fun, but there's a great opportunity to really just tout that, that's the day that you're pledging to become more physically active. We also have a great opportunity in St. Paul, that is going to be the day that we are going to be launching 4 START walking routes specifically in the city of St. Paul. So Lake Phalen, Lake Como, Mississippi River Boulevard, and Harriet Island will all become START walking paths for the summer.
All right, so 4 new START walking paths in St. Paul, and this is all getting kicked off on April the 8th. If I want more information about any of these events, where do I go?
You can go to our website, and if you go to www.twincitiesheartwalk.org, there's a lot of information about the Heart Walk, and there's links to Start Walking Day there as well.
All right, so www.twincitiesheartwalk.org.
Correct.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Heidi.
China.
Thank you for joining us.